Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. And for today's episode, we've got a Football Manager 2018 experiment. So today we're going to be trying to find out how Ronaldo would have done had he moved back to Manchester United. There's been a bunch of rumours, even in real life, about United still being interested in re-signing Ronaldo back from Madrid, and there's the possibility apparently of a De Gea Cristiano Ronaldo straight swap sort of deal. Obviously that's insane, but that's a different story entirely. We just want to see whether people think Ronaldo would have done as good as he just basically continue, whether he would have done as good as he would have his first spell, or whether he would have done worse, or are United crazy for being interested in him? Are they because of his age and all that sort of factors that come into play? So as you can tell, it's the year 2025. I'll explain why in just a second, but it's the 1st of June, and we're going to have a look at Ronaldo and see whether he's done, how well he's done, and whether United even held on to him is the main question. So let's have a quick look for him. Alright, so he's a staff member now, and he's considered an assistant manager. No one's hired him. And if you're wondering why it's 2025, I'll explain in just a second. But I reckon he's actually a decent coach. As an assistant manager, he's quite poor. Manager or even director of football, all quite poor roles for him. But as a coach, he's actually decent. He could probably be either a fitness coach or a shooting coach. He wouldn't be too poor at all in either one of those. And I think even ball control, if mental and technical. Yeah, he'd be alright with that as well. Probably a youth coach. But as you can tell from the history here, Ronaldo did stay the whole time at Manchester United for about 7 seasons, if my math's not wrong. So that ended in 2024, and that's the reason why we're in 2025 is that I simmed it bit by bit to see how Ronaldo was doing, just every year to keep a check on him. I actually didn't go through individual seasons. I just want to see, because he had his staff attributes quite ready early, so I want to see what type of staff member he'd become. So apparently he wants to be an assistant manager, or is suited to being an assistant manager more than anything else. And then I simmed a year after that as well, just to see whether anyone would pick him up. So it's been a whole year. I don't want to sim any longer because we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. His reputation's gone down incredibly. But yeah, he retired at the age of 39. That's incredible, to be honest. Got 187 caps for Portugal and 94 goals. Very decent return. And lasted longer in his second spell with Manchester United than he did in his first. But in terms of how he performed, he's got a short-term plan of wanting to be an assistant manager. But it's good to see that he lasted the whole time. He didn't get fired. He didn't. I guess he didn't necessarily retire by choice. I kept an eye on that. His contract was running out in 2024, and United just decided against renewing his contract, and so he just went into being an assistant manager instead. But definitely amazing that he lasted this long. I mean, in real life, he also talked about playing until his 40s, I think, Ronaldo said, or until he's 40, something like along the lines of playing up until the time that Giggs also retired, Ryan Giggs. And it looks like, at least in the game, they think that he would have been capable to do it. Bear in mind, when you load the game, Cristiano Ronaldo is considered a world-class talent, so it would have taken quite some time for his ability to drop to a point where he's no longer useful in the squad in comparison to other players, for example, who are just leading players in the division. They'll just quickly drop to being good or decent, and then so on and so forth. But yeah, let's have a look at his history, his career stats. So in his first season with Manchester United, didn't actually have too many appearances, but 21 appearances, 9 goals, 2 assists. You have to say it's kind of disappointing. His average rating all round has been incredible. In terms of his previous returns and how he would have done before, not too good. 9 goals in 21 league appearances, but across the board he made more appearances, 27 of them, and he scored a couple more goals, I suppose, 5 more goals, and the assists remain the same. Average rating still really good, so he must have been influential. He did get 5 Player of the Match awards out of 21 matches. That's not too poor either. But you'd assume he would have made more starts. Bear in mind he's under Jose Mourinho's management, of course. I'll have a look at just a second maybe at Jose Mourinho himself and see whether he lasted for Manchester United this long or not. But for his first season as well, guaranteed Jose Mourinho. After that, we'll keep an eye on it. But anyways, his appearances did grow afterwards, and so did his goal return. In his second season, he definitely settled in, became an incredible goal scorer once more. 36 appearances, 25 in the league. He potentially would have won the Golden Boot. We'll actually have a look at his awards in just a second. But yeah, 25 goals, 11 assists. That's up there with the sort of real life statistics. In fact, I think in terms of how the game predicts Ronaldo and Messi to perform, they actually perform much better in real life than they do in FIFA or even Football Manager for that matter. But yeah, average rating still very good, very influential. 30 goals across the board, 49 appearances. That's very, much more suited to Ronaldo's sort of the type of stats he should be putting in, I suppose. But after that, his appearances kept up for 30 plus appearances for his next couple of seasons, but he's, in terms of goal return, not that great. He's hitting double digits across in his other competitions, or in total, I suppose. But in terms of the league itself, didn't have that much of an impact on the league itself. So, but yeah, again, average rating still really good. He performed quite well for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. And then in the 6th season, he started to drop a little bit. I think in this one here, he still made appearances, but as you can see, non-competitive. He was actually appearing for the under-23s. He was demoted to the under-23s in his last season at Manchester United. He made a couple of cup appearances, continental appearances as well, but just as a substitute. United really didn't value him at this point, and it made sense that eventually when his contract ran out, he just turned into being an assistant manager. But as you can tell, about 2022-23, he starts to decline, so maybe that'll happen in real life as well. At least we'll get a couple more seasons out of watching how incredible of a player he is. But in terms of his goal record, I think a lot of us would have expected way more. But let's have a look at his milestones to see how he performed in his second set. So let's go all the way down. Alright, that's quite a bit. So runners up in the European Super Cup, they're actually facing his former side in Real Madrid. Team of the week, that's fine. But they actually won the Premier League with Ronaldo, Manchester United, and Jose Mourinho in his first season there. Runners up in the FA Cup as well. He was named in Manchester United's seasonal best 11, not bad. In the second season, they won the Community Shield. He was named Manchester United captain. Team of the week again, that's fine. Shortlisted, okay. Team of the week. World Golden Ball 3rd place. So it looks like not given his elite status, I suppose, in a way that he would have been in Real Madrid, possibly. But the game generally gives it to Messi, I think, or even Neymar for that matter. He's also named in the 2018 World Team of the Year, not a bad achievement. Premier Division Player of the Month in December. He really kicked off afterwards once he adjusted. But he also won the Premier League back-to-back, I think, with Manchester United, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have a look, but it looks like it's back-to-back, and he was their top goal scorer for the season. Not even just theirs, I think the Premier League's top goal scorer. This is the season that we were talking about where he grabbed 21 goals or thereabouts. But he's doing really well in his second season, at least. Named in 2019 Team of the Year, Supporters Player of the Year, Manchester United Seasonal Best Player in Europe Runner-Up, and Golden Shoe Runner-Up. And again, United won the Community Shield, runners-up for the Super Cup. Not bad. I mean, he is collecting a couple of trophies. He's won the Club World Championship, the best club in the world. And in terms of personal trophies, he's not short of them at all. Runners-up in the Carabao Cup. But winners in the FA Cup, so not a bad trophy haul in this season as well. Again, Community Shield, but no Premier League. So this season they failed to win the Premier League, but they did win the Club World Championship and the FA Cup as well. And then the Community Shield was the season after, but they did come back for the Premier League. It's interesting to see whether Mourinho did survive all of this. Runners up for the FA Cup. If it's Jose Mourinho, he's having a bit of a win one, lose one when it comes to cup finals, I suppose, or trophies in general. But still doing really well overall. I mean, to be runners-up is quite an achievement as well. Won the FA Cup in the season after that. Bunch of individual trophies once more. Broke the Championship Cup or Champions League record for the oldest player to score in the match at the age of 38 years. Incredible. And then finally he retired from playing. But yeah, named Manchester United under-23's captain kind of tells its own story there. In the year 2023, Ronaldo's pretty much non-existent in Manchester United's first team. So that's kind of it, but let's have a look at Manchester United's history as well. So This is Mourinho here, and Jose Mourinho's still here. I just noticed that, so that's incredible. He's done really well. But this is Jose Mourinho's first game in first season in charge, so that's not FM. It's from here onwards. He won back-to-back Manchester United titles, second place, title again, second, and then third. And I think this season they also finished in second. So Jose Mourinho is doing really well. Just about missed out on the title. Brought in Dybala. We can actually have a look at the overall squad. Just quickly go through it. But yeah, Jose Mourinho really doing well. He's in the game at least. He's restored Manchester United to their former glories. I just want to have a. I'm just curious to see whether Pep would have been. Nope, he's gone. I want to see if he was fired. He was sacked 2 years and a bit in his, just about 3 years in his tenure. Let's have a look at Wenger as well. Nah, he's definitely not around, but Wenger's probably retired. Yeah, resigned. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's not get carried away. But yeah, Manchester United did really well under Mourinho. We can have a look at the, competition history and whatnot, but we've already gone through with Ronaldo about how they performed. But yeah, Ronaldo definitely done quite well with Manchester United when he returned. Not bad at all. Real Madrid, I don't think we can actually have a look at how they did. Okay, we kind of can. So after Ronaldo, they won the Champions League in 2022, 23. So the United actually didn't win the Champions League. Or did they under Mourinho? I think they did. Am I getting something wrong? How did they get into the Club World Championship if they didn't win the... Yeah, okay, so they did win it in Mourinho's first season in charge. That's quite a feat. Or second season, sorry. So that was when Ronaldo was key as well. But yeah, after that, Real Madrid won it 3 more times. The Spanish division, they won just twice. Kind of incredible, to be honest. Club World Championship, they won it as well. So yeah, you could say Madrid did a bit better, or they won a little bit more than United. So Ronaldo kind of a tiny bit missed out, I suppose. Mainly just with the Champions League, but in terms of the league, Mourinho's done really well. Oh, Pochettino managing Madrid. I guess that's possible as well. There's been hints in real life as well. But yeah, I mean, not bad at all from Ronaldo. Not a bad way to retire. It's interesting to see him as an assistant manager. I think the game, I'm not sure whether, someone explained to me how the game comes up with how a player would be in terms of staff after they've retired, because this, his attributes are quite poor. Judging player ability, judging potential, man management. Those I can kind of understand because it's assistant manager roles. Maybe in the future his attributes will improve. But certain things are kind of shocking, like working with youngsters. I didn't think Ronaldo would technically be that really good at working with youngsters. Motivating at 2, for example, very poor. Level of discipline, determination, and adaptability kind of makes sense. But yeah, I definitely would have assumed his attacking, for example, shooting, technical skill would have been a bit better. But again, maybe the game thinks he's got a ton of potential. For some reason, his reputation dropped. But overall, I don't really see him as being a decent assistant manager. He's far more likely to be a coach. But yeah, we can also have a quick look at the Manchester United players, see how they've done, how Mourinho's shaped up the squad since. You can pretty much assume that Ronaldo played in his left wing role, and Mourinho loves to play with a 4-2-3-1. Probably featured most as a left winger or probably as a striker as well. Unfortunately, I don't think we can actually see that once he's retired. Normally you see it in the development tab, but it's not here, so we won't be able to see that in the game. But unfortunately, I just want to see how long Ronaldo would last at United. Sorry, so I couldn't, just keep looking at it as is. But yeah, let's go back to the squad. Sorry for a second. We actually go through the players individually. Mourinho's still sticking to his usual 4-2-3-1 tactics. Pogba's still there. Dybala has been linked to the United for ages in real life as well. Pretty much just Pogba and Lindelof who are the only remaining players. So, what was that? 8 years from now? Am I calculating that wrong? Yeah, that is 7 years. It's 2018 right now, but let's say if it was 2017, it would be 8 years, sorry. So, looks like Mourinho really got rid of most of the squad. entirely. David De Gea is still there, but he must be quite old by now as well, 34 years of age. You'd assume he's starting to drop off. It doesn't mean that he hasn't been a key player. As you can see, he has still played for United a lot. It doesn't mean because they're in the first lineup, that means that's it. But yeah, I mean, let's look at who else they could. He's still got Eric Bailly, who should be a little old himself as well, 31 years of age. Considered a rotational player, and he hasn't had too much game time in truth. Sergio Rashford's still here. Alright, Angel Gomez made it all the way up to the first team, but he's been listed now. He should be just about getting into his peak, decided to play for England. But let's see Rashford. First teamer, you consider him more of a rotational player, but incredible how many caps he's gotten for England. Valued really highly too. But yeah, not too bad, I guess. His career stats actually kind of poor, to be honest. That's kind of it though. Marina really didn't hold on to too many players there. But he did definitely put together a very exciting team. You can see some key players here. And some interesting ones too. Let's have a look at the under 23, see if who he's demoted there. I mean, he did throw Ronaldo in there, so it's not like he's going to be reluctant to throw anyone else down there. So general info over the older players. So Carroll, Caraca, I don't even know who these guys are. A couple of these guys out on loan. Yeah, you'd assume just about a lot of these would be regens, of course. Alright, so yeah, I think that's kind of it for today's episode. If you did enjoy the experiment though, of course, please do hit the like button and subscribe for more Daily Football Manager 2018 content. And of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. And as always guys, thank you all very much for watching.